Hello students, this is Dr. Ranjini, Assistant Professor in Biotechnology. Welcome to e-learning sessions in cell biology. Today in this session we learn about structure and functions of endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is a network of interconnected internal membranes. Generally, they are interconnected internal membranes. The largest membrane in a eukaryotic cell. In a eukaryotic cell, this is the largest membrane. It's an extensive network of closed, flattened, membrane-bounded sacs called cisternae. It's a membranous interconnected structure. If it is closed, flattened, and if it is sac-like structure, then it is called as cisternae. The name endoplasmic reticulum was coined in 1953 by Porter, who had observed it in the liver cell under electron microscopy. When he observed the liver cell under electron microscopy in 1953, he named this membranous structure as endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum has a number of functions in the cell, but is particularly important in the synthesis of lipids, membrane proteins, and secreted proteins. Occurrence. The membranous extension that we observe in the cell, that is endoplasmic reticulum, is in eukaryotic cell with variation in its position from the cell to cell. From one cell to another cell, the position of the endoplasmic reticulum will be varying. The erythrocytes, RBCs, egg cells and the embryonic cells lack endoplasmic reticulum. RBCs, egg and the embryonic cell lack the endoplasmic reticulum. Coming to the morphology, when you observe the endoplasmic reticulum, it occurs in three forms. First one is lamellar form, or it is otherwise called as cisternae, which is a closed fluid-filled sac. Vesicle or a cavity is called cisternae. It's a fluid-filled closed lamellar form is called as the cisternae. The another form is the vesicles or vesicular form. The third morphological appearance is tubular form. It is otherwise called as tubules. When you observe under the microscope, you will see the different forms of the endoplasmic reticulum. So this is cisternae. It's closed, lamellar, fluid-filled structure. Vesicular form is called as vesicles and tubular form is called as tubule. Cisternae, we'll take up this cisternae. Cisternae are long, flattened, sac-like, and they are unbranched tubules having diameter of 40 to 50 micrometer. It has the diameter of 40 to 50 micrometer. 40 to 50 micrometer is the diameter of this cisternae, and they remain arranged parallelly in bundles, or they are placed one above the other like the bundles or stakes. The rough endoplasmic reticulum mostly exists as cisternae, that you will be learning, rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So this rough endoplasmic reticulum will be studded with the ribosomes, 70S ribosomes on its surface, due to which the surface of these cisternae or the lamellae will not be smooth. Such type of endoplasmic reticulum are called as the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Usually the cisternae forms the rough endoplasmic reticulum, which occur in those cells which have the synthetic role as cells of pancreas or notochord and the brain. So in these brain cells, notochord and the the pancreas, we find this cisternae studded with or adsorbed with the ribosomes. That is called rough endoplasmic reticulum. Next, coming to the vesicles. Vesicles are oval, membrane-bound vacuolar structure having diameter of 25 to 500 micrometer. Diameter is bigger than that of our lamellae or cisternae. So it is having 25 to 500 micrometer in its diameter. They often remain isolated in the cytoplasm and occur in most cells, but especially abundant in smooth endoplasmic reticulum. These vesicles are observed in the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, are usually made up of vesicles, and they have the diameter of 25 to 500 micrometer, and these remain isolated in the cytoplasm. They will be separated, sparsely distributed in the cytoplasm. That is regarding the vesicles. Next, coming to the tubules. Tubules are branched structures. Tubules are branched structures forming the reticular system along with the cisternae and the vesicles. Forming the reticular structures along with the cisternae and vesicle. They usually have the diameter from 50 to 190 micrometer. 50 to 190 micrometer is the diameter of the tubules. They are highly branched. Occur almost in all cells. Tubular form of endoplasmic reticulum is often found in smooth endoplasmic reticulum. That is present in smooth endoplasmic reticulum like our vesicles, and is dynamic in nature. That is, it is associated with the membrane movement. It is associated with membrane movements, fissions and fusion between the membranes of cytoactivity network. It is involved in the cytoactivity network like the mechanism like the membrane movement, fission and the fusion. So that is regarding the morphology of the endoplasmic reticulum. Coming to the ultrastructure of the endoplasmic reticulum, the cavities of the cisternae or vesicles or the tubules of endoplasmic reticulum are bounded by thin membrane of, 50 to 60 angstrom thickness. It is having inner and the outer membrane. It is having the thickness of around 50 to 60 angstrom unit. The membrane of endoplasmic reticulum is following fluid mosaic model like the unit membrane of plasma membrane, nucleus, Golgi apparatus. The membrane of endoplasmic reticulum remains continuous with the membranes of the plasma membrane or the nuclear membrane and the Golgi apparatus. The cavity of the endoplasmic reticulum is well developed and acts as the passage for the secretory products. So, this is the passage for the transportation of the secretory products. Palade in 1956 has observed secretory granules in the cavity of the endoplasmic reticulum. Sometimes the cavity of the rough endoplasmic reticulum is very narrow with two membranes closely opposed, closely pressed, and is much distended in certain cells which are actively engaged in protein synthesis like plasma cells and the goblet cells. The membranes of the endoplasmic reticulum contain many kinds of enzymes which are needed for various important synthetic activities. Apart from the proteins, it also has the enzymes. Some of the most common enzymes are found to have different transverse distribution in the endoplasmic reticulum membranes. The most important enzymes are stereases and then NADH cytochrome C reductase, NADH diaphorase, glucose 6 phosphatase and Mg2 plus activated ATPase. Certain enzymes of endoplasmic reticulum such as nucleotide diphosphate are involved in biosynthesis of phospholipid, ascorbic acid, glucuronidase, steroids and hexose metabolism. That is regarding the ultrastructure of the endoplasmic reticulum. Next, coming to the types of endoplasmic reticulum, depending on the presence or absence of the ribosomes, whether they are studded with the ribosomes or not, they are classified into agranular or smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Usually in short form, it will be represented as SER, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And if the endoplasmic reticulum is studded with the ribosome, then it is called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. It is abbreviated as RER. RER means rough endoplasmic reticulum. First, we'll take up the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum, which is not studded with the ribosome, makes its surface smooth in its appearance. That is called as the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The adipose tissue, the brown fat cells, and the adrenocortical cells, intestinal cells of testes, and cells of corpus luteum of ovaries, sebaceous cells, and the retinal pigment cells contain only smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The synthesis of fatty acids and the phospholipids takes place in the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It is abundant in hepatocytes. The enzymes in the smooth endoplasmic reticulum of liver modify or detoxify the hydrophobic chemicals such as pesticides and carcinogens by chemically converting them into more water soluble conjugated products that can be excreted from the body. High doses of such compounds results in large proliferation of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum in liver cells. So that is regarding the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Next, coming to the rough endoplasmic reticulum, as it appears, it is studded with the ribosomes and its surface is not smooth. Rough endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes certain membrane and organelle proteins and virtually all proteins to be secreted from cell. A ribosome that fabricates such protein is bound to the rough endoplasmic reticulum by nascent polypeptide chain of the protein. A new polypeptide chain of the protein. As the growing polypeptide emerges from the ribosome, it passes through the rough endoplasmic reticulum membrane with the help of the specific proteins in the membrane. Newly made membrane proteins remain associated with rough endoplasmic reticulum and proteins to be secreted accumulate in the lumen of the organelle. All the eukaryotic cells contain amount of rough endoplasmic reticulum because it is needed for the synthesis of plasma membrane proteins and proteins of extracellular matrix. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is particularly abundant in specialized cells that produce an abundance of specific proteins to be secreted. The cells of those organs which are actively engaged in synthesis of proteins such as acinar cells of pancreas, plasma cells, goblet cells and cells of some endocrine glands are found to contain rough endoplasmic reticulum, which is highly developed. So that is regarding the smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Next, we will move on to the few functions of endoplasmic reticulum that is performed inside the cell. Endoplasmic reticulum provides an ultrastructural skeletal framework to the cell and gives mechanical support to the colloidal nature of the cytoplasmic matrix. So, it gives the structural framework to the cell and it will give the support, mechanical support to the cytoplasm. The exchange of molecules by the process of osmosis, diffusion and active transport occurs through the membranes of the endoplasmic reticulum. So, we will tell you about the processes like osmosis, diffusion. So, that usually takes place through the lumen or it is through the endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum has permeases and carriers. They play an important role in the transportation. The endoplasmic membrane contains many enzymes which perform various synthetic and metabolic activities and provides increased surface for various enzymatic reactions. For example, in case of cisternate, which is they stacked one after the other linearly, so it provides the increased surface area for various enzymatic reactions. The endoplasmic reticulum acts as an intracellular circulatory or transporting system. Various secretory products of granular endoplasmic reticulum are transported to various organelles as follows. Like it will be first it will be produced in the granular endoplasmic reticulum, then it will move to agranular endoplasmic reticulum, then to Golgi membrane. There it will be packed to form the endosomes or the lysosome, and then it will transport the vesicles or secretory granules to the site of action. Membrane flow may also be important mechanism for carrying particles or the molecules and ions into and out of the cells. Export of RNA and nucleoproteins from nucleus to the cytoplasm may occur by this type of flow. I hope in this session I explained about the structure of endoplasmic reticulum, types of endoplasmic reticulum and ultrastructure of endoplasmic reticulum, and also few functions performed by endoplasmic reticulum. I hope you understood this session. Thank you.